Oh, hey there, how you going? Paul Saver here. So, hello fellow YouTubers, how you doing? Good to see ya. Good to hear from you. You never message me? What? I'm only kidding. Thanks for tuning in. I'm here again to introduce you to my book review. Inspired by Tai Lopez. You know the guy that comes on your screen with the Lamborghini in the garage? Here in my garage, with my new Lamborghini that I just bought. You know the guy, and you always skip his ad probably. Yeah, the 67 Steps program. If you actually look into him, he's a cool guy. Cool guy. He's rich, but he's also very knowledgeable, and a lot of the stuff he puts out is really cool. And if you've listened to him, he's all about his books. All about his books. He reads a lot, and for no better reason than because that's what it takes to be a millionaire or billionaire. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they're voracious readers, if that's a word, voracious. They are just avid readers. They read a lot. Like Warren Buffett, 800 pages a day, religiously. He's already a billionaire, but he still does it. Wow. Anyway, so that's a bit about why I was inspired to start book reviews. My New Year's resolution, is one of them is to read a book a week. Okay, Tai Lopez is hardcore. He does a book a day, but I do a book a week. And the first book I am going to review for you today is Michael Jordan: The Life by Roland Lazenby. Same dude that did a biography on Jerry West, a Laker great, a Laker legend. More about Jerry West. Jerry West is actually the logo, the rectangular logo of the NBA. That's the silhouette of Jerry West, if you did not know that. Very interesting, isn't it? Well, I really enjoyed this book. To get straight to the review, I really enjoyed this book. Not because only it was by the greatest, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. It was just such a thorough book, and it describes Jordan as such a competitive person. Everyone knows Michael Jordan as competitive, but it shows you how competitive he was in all aspects of his life. He was just so competitive in anything he did. He didn't let anything get in his way of his competitiveness. That's why he didn't do drugs, because he knew that doing drugs would take away from his competitiveness. The length of the book, no, it's just your general length of a biography. I thought the book was actually very slow at the beginning because it starts off with the history of blacks in America, or African Americans, to be more politically correct. So it goes in a lot of family history. It actually starts with Jordan's great grandfather, or way back when, 3 generations before Jordan himself. And this is when the last name of Jordan's family was People. Before it was Jordan, it was People. So I thought the beginning was very slow, but then once it starts getting into Jordan in his high school days, and it's funny that Jordan wasn't very popular in high school. This is back in, what would it be, 1970s, mid-1970s to late 1970s. No one knew Jordan because there wasn't any social media. There was the ability to transfer news across a nation or internationally just wasn't there like it is today. So it'd only be through word of mouth that people would hear about Jordan, and there were a lot of people that overlooked Jordan back in the early days. I feel like there's something on the camera. There we go, it's gone. Oh, what is that? There's something on the screen there. Anyway, so great book. I like the way it was written. It was very interesting. There never seemed to be anything that dragged on. It was always onto something more interesting. The next chapter was more interesting. So once you get past the history part, which is probably the first 2 chapters, then it gets interesting when it goes into high school, and then college, and then when it gets to the NBA and winning his championships and all that. Don't want to ruin anything for you if you're going to read the book. So yeah, it's a great book. And it's got the pictures in here as well. I'll show you a few of the pictures. There's Jordan in college, Jordan in the Olympics, that sort of stuff. Get the book. This is great. This book, if I'm going to rate it out of 10, I would say I'd say 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 being Jordan's Olympic number. So that's the review. Not very in depth and everything. Very general. But it just teaches you how competitive Jordan was, and actually it tells you how good of a person he was. The fame really got to him, and he only had a close knit of friends that he could really trust. Like Jordan, with the parenthood of his parents, of course. Dolores Jordan and James Jordan, they were great parents. They raised him so good. With morals, and Jordan was raised with, didn't have a chip on his shoulder. Besides on the basketball court, he had a chip on his shoulder to prove everyone that he was the best and prove it to himself. But his parents raised him to not be prejudiced and not have a racial chip on his shoulder, because through all the racial issues in America. So it just describes how good of a person what Jordan was. Like he knew that through his fame, a lot of people would try to take advantage of him, or get a sort of a monetary benefit from getting an autograph from him. But Jordan wouldn't hesitate to visit a sick child in the hospital if they really wanted to meet him. So he'd do nice things, and he could tell if people were trying to take advantage of him. He would do nice things for people that were good spirited. So that you'd have to read the book. I could go on forever about everything I can remember from the book, but yeah, read the book. It's a great book. It's a book for anyone that's a basketball fan to read. So great book, 9 out of 10. And more onto like this book review system. Like as I said, I'm endeavoring to read a book a week. So I divide the book into the chapters. So if there's 30 chapters, like this book I'm reading at the moment, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 30 divided by 7 is roughly four and a bit. So I'm making sure I read 4 chapters a day. So it's only the second day now, and I'm already that far through it. So it should be finished by the end of the week. Then I'll get another review out of that. So really, I finished this book maybe a month ago. And it took me a while to read this book. It took me like maybe 3 or 4 months to read the book. I stopped for a little bit, but you just got to commit to reading the book. Just know how much you need to do every day. Chip away at it. And it's so enjoyable once you get into a book. Like once I start reading a book and getting into it, I'm like, how could I left this book on the shelf and not being read? It's so interesting. It's like there's a whole world away from you before you read the book. You delve into that world, then you have no idea. It's like traveling overseas. You have no idea how different it is. And once you get over there, it's like, wow, why didn't I do this earlier? It's just, you never know what's going to jump out at you from a book. It's just, wow. So that's about it. Don't want to drag on too long. I want to make sure each of my videos is less than 10 minutes before I lose my audience through boredom. I don't ever want to have one of those channels where it's boring and you have videos that drag on. I think it's important to have videos that are just short length. So I'm 9.5 minutes now. I'm going to wrap up before it's 10 minutes over. So just like to thank you for watching this video. I hope to make a lot more videos. So even Ty Lopez, he talks to people that are successful in the YouTube channel, and to be successful you need to post like 3 videos a day. So I'm going to try to do that. Alright, peace out. Thanks for watching. I'd like to hear a comment from you soon. Alright, bye.